This is a video on some drills you can use to help tune up those guide wires that make up the system of core muscles that hold you up tight and tall. The first one we're going to go over are just bird dogs. Bird dogs are frequently done improperly, and they're a great exercise if you do them right. We're just going to go over 3 progressions that you can work on. The first one is you're on the floor, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Your arms and legs are moving, but it's not about your arms and legs moving, it's about holding your middle stable. You're just going to take your left leg and just push your heel back. Your toe shouldn't really come off the ground that much. It should just be up like this. Don't point your toe, don't lift your leg, don't turn it into Swan Lake. And then what I really want you to think about is the hand that's staying on the ground and the knee that's staying on the ground. And you're pulling those two together, you're bracing your middle, and you're lifting the opposite hand. Make a fist so you tighten everything up. That tells your brain it's an important thing. And keep that ab wall nice and stable. Hold that position for 5 to 10 seconds. Try to take away the wiggle wobble. Try to keep your spine stable, then bring it down. Replant the knee, and then lift the other leg up. Just push the heel away. Lift the opposite side hand. Think about these 2 down limbs pulling together against each other to hold you stable. Again, 10-second hold. I like 5 repetitions on each side for a 10-second hold, but you can start out with 5 and do as few as 2 or 3. From there, take it up to a bench. When you take away the stabilization of your feet on the ground and move to a narrower base of support, it becomes a little more challenging. You just push one heel away. Again, lift the opposite side hand and stay stable. This foot not being on the ground makes it a little harder for you. Start with 5-second holds, build up to 10-second holds. And then the third progression is where you just keep your knees off the ground, you're up on your toes, and you do the bird dog. And you push one leg away, and then you lift the opposite hand. And it becomes a much more challenging stability exercise. So those are the 3 bird dogs. The second one, or the second series of exercises that I don't think gets enough use in general fitness activities are all the half kneeling cable exercises you can do. And the 2 I like the most are just a simple half kneeling row. The knee that's down, that's the hand that'll hold the cable. This shin is straight up and down, your torso tall, your pelvis is pushed through. This leg is straight down. Dig the toe in. You want to grip the floor and back, and from there do this row where your bottom half stays still. You want to think about having a cup of water on your leg. You don't want that cup of water to spill, but you're turning your upper body and your head stays stationary. You don't want your neck to travel with your body. You want to keep your neck relaxed. Too many people, when they pull, tighten up their neck muscles. So that's a half kneeling row. And the next one is a half kneeling chop. We're going to put the leg away from the cable unit on the floor. We're going to be slightly forward, so the pull is behind us. I like this strap where you can push your hands apart. You keep tension on the yellow portion of the strap. Shin angle on the left is straight up and down, torso tall, and from here you just pull across and down, staying as tight and stable as possible. On both of these, I like 10 to 15 repetitions. And if you think about inhaling through the nose and exhaling through your mouth as you push across. Another series of exercises that neuromuscularly does a good job of tuning up your core system of muscles are crawls. Crawls are the drills that we all did at one time. We all got real good at those and rewarded us by allowing us to sit up and then stand up and walk. If you don't have a lot of space at your house, or there's no room in your gym because there's pieces of equipment everywhere, one of the simplest crawl patterns you can do is where you get 2 furniture sliders and you get onto all fours and just put the furniture sliders underneath your feet in the back. Lift your knees up and then reach one away and then the other away, and just repeat that crawl pattern with your legs. From there, if you want to make it more challenging, if you have just a little space, You can do a arms only crawl where you pull your lower body across the floor, and even if you only have room to do 5 or 6 crawls on each side and turn around, that's a challenging one to work on. The basic crawl that we all can master is just where you get up, your knees off the ground, and try to keep your spine in a stable position, and just make these nice, easy alternate arm, alternate leg crawl pattern motions across the ground. As that gets a little easier, you can progress to a lateral plank crawl where you're in this plank position and you just travel in one direction. Count 1 repetition every time you move a foot. 5 to 10 one way, 5 to 10 the other way. When you're doing the crawl exercise, it's a good idea to not think about it too much. Just get on the floor and do it. That neural pattern is in your brain. You just need to give it some practice to reboot it and allow it to happen. Sometimes if you think about it too much, it gets in the way of that normal movement pattern from coming out. The next one is suitcase carries. The next family of core exercises are simple suitcase carries. You put a weighted implement in one hand. It's going to want to pull you over and rotate you to one side. You have to keep this tower nice and tight and tall. So when you grab the implement, squeeze it like you mean it, and early that turns your brain on and everybody gets called to attention. Lift your chest up, pull your chin in, keep your neck relaxed. And when you take the walk, make it slow and deliberate. I always call it like the Terminator, slow, steady walk. Try to keep your pelvis stacked right beneath your shoulders. You don't want any kind of lateral sway, and you don't want to walk with any type of a lean. When you hold the implement in your hand, that shoulder blade should be down your back. It should not be shrugged up towards your neck. 30 to 45 seconds of a walk on each side. You should never finish your walk and feel like you're struggling. You should always use a weight that allows you to complete that walk without things mechanically falling apart. Another method of doing the suitcase carry is with a exaggerated hip flexion. So you're just going to spend a little more time on one leg and staying stable. You don't have to do it real high where your knee comes higher than your hip. You just want to do it just a nice easy stride. Just lift up a little, and every time you lift one leg, you think about using your glute and hamstrings to drive down with that stance leg. So those are the suitcase carries. Those are the rest of the core stability, guy wire, retuning exercises. Give those a try and let me know how you do. Thanks for watching.